All right, welcome back. So, last episode was quite something. So right now, Dion and Joshua are in the what is that place called? The infirmary. Yeah, and all our three places kind of have a situation. So let's start with Dalimil and kind of take it from there. Obviously the place is kind of beat up.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
All right.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Reason with those people. It probably won't work, but you know.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor,
Man, she was staring hard as fuck at him.
what's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos. And the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought
Who are those people?
those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness, or an entire city for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So I just got the new PC. It's up. It was a long process, but it's up and running. I did do a couple tests, so if something ends up wonky, we'll see. But everything's good so far.
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
If I remember correctly, this is
Picture it, Conrad.
late game, but not late game. Like we got like another like 10 hours.
Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad. May I introduce you to Jay?
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver.
Victor says you told him no, that there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us red. You know of the 7 high houses? There must be 2 score swords assigned. Granted, we have a few boys left.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourself?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my late.
Alright, let's one down. Get after the next guy. Or next gal. Guess it's a girl.
Shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, and while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens, which means that now, more than ever, if our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was not.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back.
Why would you just come with you?
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new role. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from the south and one from the desert. In a move, doubtless, intended to stretch our...
Very well. Jill and I will...
The rest, my friend, the stakes I concede are high.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
I feel like... 'cause I know what's about to happen. I know how the situation ends.
The women folk have come to rise.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours. It's over.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Fire and flame!
To me, boy. This one. Go!
Let's try.
I kind of like that attack. It's like a giant, like, Kamehameha, pretty much.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
We should hurry. Slowly walks back.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Not them.
Conrad
Not
seems
coming
to
to
have had a change
think.
of heart.
I'd say they both have.
Not them not coming to like them.
Presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
All right. Oh, another quest completed. So next up, real quick, I want to see something here. I don't see. Wait, what was that? Oh, that was Ryan. Yeah, that. Just so we get a little bit more XP. Alright, so next up, we'll go ahead and do Northreach.
First, we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflame under a flood.
And we're next.
I can't do it. But you can.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but they've taken so many.
A Kashik, but
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no.
Then we'll look for her there.
More arrived from the capital this morning.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look and protect them I shall. Because they are... In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people, your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice.
Lay down your sword and watch as they are...
She speaks the truth, you know. This here. It's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the...
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with them.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Look at Jill being all jealous.
Don't leave me, Pa.
You're a
Kind of already know what
I've got
happened.
family and more. I heard the flood and a pack of them glowing things found...
Leave that to him.
Oh, village art probably already turned.
Did you see the
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for...
Do you remember where you were?
on the road from Oriflamme. We just...
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
The two soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
Damn.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
You know, I'm not saying these people got what they deserve, but kinda got what they deserve. So I imagine all the this all comes from breaking the crystal. Like all the ether that was kind of absorbed by the crystal came flooding out afterwards.
Clive, look!
I see them. With me!
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd...
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the... It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Now me, I never needed convincing. And the people I love...
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Alright, got a quest complete. So I did originally plan to do all three in this video, but we're gonna save Martha's Rest for the next one. Continue on for there. So I'm gonna end it here. So next up we're gonna be headed to Martha's Rest to figure out her dilemma. So yeah. As always, if you like what you see, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Later.